Imagine watching your absolute favorite Hollywood movie tonight. The actors are speaking English very quickly.
Yeah, they usually do.
But your brain is not translating anything. You are just laughing at the jokes naturally.
That is the ultimate dream, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Moving to an intermediate English level is amazing. It feels exactly like unlocking a secret superpower.
It really does.
But most people are practicing the wrong way.
Well.
So welcome to today's deep dive into our sources.
Thank you.
We are exploring the smart way to learn English. We will focus specifically on movies and music.
It is so great to be here with you. Moving from a basic to an intermediate level is huge.
It really is.
It completely changes how you interact with media. You stop just understanding the basic story plot.
Right.
You start truly understanding the language itself. You start hearing the beautiful details in conversations.
Well, I have to share a personal struggle first. I really love watching movies in English.
Yeah.
It is a great way to unwind after work. But I usually just turn on my native subtitles.
Right. I hear that a lot.
I do this because I just want to relax. But then I feel like I am cheating.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I am not really learning anything new. I just read the words silently on the screen.
Yeah.
My brain is basically asleep the whole time.
Well, that is a very common trap. Your brain will always choose the easiest path.
It really does.
Reading your native language requires zero extra effort. But learning a language must be an active process.
Right.
You cannot just sit back and absorb it passively. You have to actively engage with the material.
I definitely need to rewire my brain. Right now, my spoken English feels very stuck.
I completely understand.
I want to sound much more natural when I speak. So let's start by looking at movies.
Okay, sounds good.
We all watch movies to relax at night. But what happens when the movie is finally over?
Right, exactly.
What if you want to review it for a friend? I always struggle to explain my thoughts clearly.
This is a massive hurdle for many learners. Let's analyze how a basic learner usually speaks. They often describe a movie plot in a stiff way. It sounds like a rigid list of cold facts.
Wait, what does that actually sound like in practice?
Let's imagine a generic action movie for a moment. A basic learner might say something exactly like this.
Okay, let's hear it.
The movie is about a man. He is a hero. He fights bad people. The end is good. I like it.
Ouch. That sounds exactly like how I speak. The sentences are very short and extremely choppy.
Yeah, they are.
They don't flow together naturally at all.
Yeah.
But are basic sentences like that actually wrong?
No, not at all.
Grammatically, they seem perfectly fine to me.
You are right. They are not grammatically wrong. They are very clear and quite easy to understand.
Yeah.
Your friends will definitely know what you mean, but we want you to sound much more professional.
Definitely.
We want your English to have a natural rhythm.
I definitely want that natural rhythm in my voice.
Yeah.
So how do we upgrade this boring story?
Well, we need to introduce a concept called relative clauses.
Relative clauses.
Yes. These are vital connecting words like who or which. They link your short sentences together perfectly.
Oh, I see.
We also need to use much stronger adjectives.
What do you mean by stronger adjectives? Like, why isn't the word good enough?
Well, the word good is just too vague. It doesn't tell us how you actually felt.
That makes sense.
Instead of saying the end is simply good, you could say the ending is thrilling.
Oh, wow.
Or you could say it is heartwarming.
Those specific words paint a much better picture. Thrilling sounds very exciting and fast-paced.
Exactly.
And heartwarming sounds very sweet and deeply emotional.
Yes, they carry real emotional weight. Let's hear the upgraded intermediate version of the review.
Okay, I'm ready.
Listen to how the sentences flow together smoothly now. The movie features a hero who fights criminals. The ending is thrilling. I highly recommend it.
Wow, the structure of that sounds completely different.
It really does, right?
It sounds so much more natural and highly fluent. You used some really great vocabulary there. You used the professional word features, and you said highly recommend at the end.
Yes, those are perfect intermediate vocabulary choices. They make your opinion sound much more authoritative.
I actually have a visual analogy for this concept.
Oh, I love a good visual analogy. Please share it.
Basic sentences are like Lego bricks scattered on the floor.
Okay.
They're all separate, disconnected little pieces. They don't form anything interesting on their own.
Right.
But relative clauses are the actual plastic connectors. They snap those short sentences together securely.
Okay.
They build one solid, impressive shape.
That perfectly explains the mechanism of relative clauses. They are the glue that holds complex thoughts together.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Nobody wants to speak in broken little pieces forever.
That makes total sense to me now. So we fixed our movie sentences with connecting words.
You did.
But movies give us a lot of visual clues. You can see the actors running or hiding.
Right. The context helps.
The pictures help your brain understand the unknown words. But music...
That is very true.
That makes music much harder for me to understand. Pop songs can be especially confusing for me.
Why is that?
Well, the lyrics almost never make sense literally.
That brings us to a huge cultural barrier. I have a funny example from our sources today.
So let's hear it.
Imagine a famous pop singer sings a specific phrase. The singer says, "I am under the weather."
A basic learner might be completely lost hearing that.
Yeah.
I definitely used to be confused by it.
Really?
Yeah, I would think, is it raining on the singer? Like, why are they standing outside in the weather?
That highlights a huge difference between logic and culture. Logically, your translation makes total sense.
Right.
But culturally, this phrase is a classic English idiom.
Let's break that down. What exactly is an idiom?
An idiom is a phrase with a hidden cultural meaning. You cannot translate the words one by one.
Oh, I see.
The literal words do not match the real meaning. Under the weather does not mean you are physically wet.
Right.
It actually means you are feeling sick or tired.
But why do English speakers use the weather for this? What is the actual mechanism behind that phrase?
It comes from a very old maritime tradition.
Like sailing?
Yes. Many years ago, sailors worked on large wooden ships. The open ocean could be very rough and dangerous.
We can imagine.
When a sailor felt sick during a bad storm, they went downstairs below the main deck.
Oh, okay.
They went below to hide from the bad weather, so they were literally standing under the weather.
Wow, that historical context makes it so much easier. Culture really dictates the true meaning of our words.
It really does.
Word-for-word translation is definitely a dangerous trap.
It is the biggest trap for pre-intermediate learners. Music is completely packed with these tricky cultural idioms.
Like what?
Well, you might hear the common phrase, piece of cake. It doesn't mean a literal slice of chocolate cake.
Right.
It means a specific task is very easy to accomplish.
Or, what about the theatrical phrase, break a leg?
That is another fantastic example of an idiom. It means good luck before a big stage performance.
Right.
It absolutely does not mean you should injure yourself.
So what is the practical strategy here? How do we efficiently learn these confusing phrases?
You need to stop learning single words immediately. You need to start learning in chunks.
Wait, writing down whole phrases sounds totally exhausting. I mean, if I write a long sentence every time...
I know, it sounds like a lot.
Yeah, my hand will cramp up in 10 minutes. How is that an efficient way to study?
You don't write down the entire paragraph. You only write down the specific word cluster.
Oh, okay.
Your brain actually remembers chunks, like single computer files.
So chunks act like shortcuts for my brain.
Exactly. It saves your brain processing power later on. You don't have to build the sentence from scratch.
That makes sense.
You should keep a dedicated lyric journal for this.
Wait, why specifically a physical journal notebook? Can't I just use the Notes app on my phone?
Writing by hand builds much stronger neural pathways. Your brain processes the physical act of writing slowly.
Oh, I see.
It remembers the physical ink on the actual page.
Yeah.
Typing on a digital screen is just too fast.
Right.
The information doesn't stick in your long-term memory.
That makes a lot of sense neurologically.
Yeah.
So I get a notebook just for song lyrics.
Yes.
When I hear a new idiom, I write it down. I write down the whole phrase, under the weather.
Exactly.
I don't just write down the single word, weather.
Precisely. That contextualizes the word for your brain. Context tells your brain exactly when to use it.
Right.
It makes speaking much faster and far more automatic.
Okay, word-for-word translation is clearly a bad idea.
Yeah.
But if we stop translating everything in our heads,
Yeah.
how do we watch movies without getting completely lost? Let's talk about the tricky issue of subtitles.
Subtitles are a very powerful tool for language acquisition, but most students use them completely incorrectly.
Well, as I mentioned, I use my native language subtitles. It makes watching the movie incredibly easy and relaxing.
It is easy, yes,
Yeah.
but it bypasses your language learning centers. Your brain just ignores the English audio entirely.
Oh.
For an intermediate student, you need a different strategy. Our sources suggest using a technique called double subtitles.
Double subtitle. Does that mean two different languages on screen?
Yes, your native language and the English subtitles together.
Why do double subtitles actually work for our brains?
They actively train your brain's pattern recognition skills. Normally, hearing an unknown English word causes instant panic.
It definitely does for me.
Your brain freezes trying to find the meaning correctly. With double subtitles, you have a built-in safety net.
So my native language catches me when I fall.
Exactly. You see the native translation immediately on screen. Your ear maps the English sound to the word instantly.
Oh, I see.
It connects the sound to the concept without pausing.
That sounds like a great transition step.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually we have to remove the training wheels.
We do.
What is the next step after double subtitles?
The next step is using only English subtitles.
Only English subtitles? That sounds a bit intimidating to me. What is the actual step-by-step process for doing this?
Well, you absolutely do not watch the whole movie. That would completely exhaust your brain's processing capacity.
Okay, good.
Just pick a short, engaging 5-minute movie scene. Watch that short scene once with English subtitles on.
Okay, a 5-minute scene sounds very manageable. What is my brain supposed to do while watching?
You are actively hunting for new vocabulary words. Write down 3 new words from that specific scene.
Just 3 words.
Yes, just 3. Look up their exact meanings in a dictionary. Then you sit back and watch the scene again.
Okay.
But this time, turn the subtitles completely off.
Wait, watch it again with absolutely no subtitles. I have a major fear about doing this.
Really? Why is that?
If I turn off subtitles, I usually panic. My brain cannot process the sounds fast enough. The actors always seem to speak way too fast.
That panic is a completely normal neurological response. Do not let that panic discourage you at all.
Okay.
Your brain is panicking because it is still actively translating. It is frantically trying to translate to your native language.
Right.
But repetition is the secret cure for this brain freeze.
So watching it a second time helps my brain relax.
Yes, because you already know the plot of the scene. You already know the definitions of the new words.
That is true.
Now your brain doesn't have to guess the meaning. It can just focus entirely on listening to the sounds.
Oh, wow.
This is where we introduce a powerful technique called shadowing.
Shadowing.
Wow.
Like following someone around silently in the dark.
Sort of, but you are following their vocal cords instead. You try to speak at the exact same time.
Really?
Yes. You speak simultaneously with the actor on the screen.
But shadowing sounds a little bit silly to do alone. Am I just trying to copy their specific accent?
It is not just about mimicking a cool accent. It is about building muscle memory in your actual mouth.
Muscle memory.
Yes. Your facial muscles are used to your native language. English requires completely different tongue and mouth movements.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Shadowing forces your physical mouth to adapt very quickly.
So I am physically training my jaw and my tongue.
Yes. You are learning the natural rhythm of the language. English is a language with a very specific musical rhythm.
Right.
It stresses some words heavily and hides other words completely. Shadowing teaches you where to place that vocal stress.
Does it matter how the actor is feeling in the scene?
It matters immensely. You must copy their exact emotional state, too.
Oh, wow.
If the actor is furious, you must sound completely furious. Let's practice this shadowing technique together right now.
Okay, I am ready to try. What do I do?
I will say a very famous action movie line. I will use a deep, intense, dramatic voice. I'll be back.
Okay, I'm going to try to shadow your voice exactly. I will use a deep dramatic voice as well. I'll be back.
Notice how your voice naturally dropped in pitch there.
Yeah, it did.
That's exactly what shadowing does to your speaking voice. It forces you completely out of your normal comfort zone.
Right.
It pushes you into the native rhythm and natural tone.
That was really fun. It felt like acting in a play. I can see how that stops you from sounding robotic.
It really does.
It builds your speaking confidence in a very safe environment.
Exactly. You will speak much smoother in real-life conversations.
So after you watch a movie or decode a song, you usually want to socialize and talk about it.
Yes, of course.
You want to share your feelings with your friends, but how do you do this effectively in English?
That is a great question.
How do you explain your personal thoughts clearly?
This is a crucial social skill to master. Let's look at how a basic learner handles this situation.
Okay.
A basic opinion usually sounds very simple and highly direct.
Can you give me a realistic example of that?
Yes, a basic music review might sound like this. The music is fast. The singer has a good voice. It makes me happy.
That is certainly very clear. I understand the meaning. But It doesn't really invite a deeper conversation, does it?
No, it acts like a conversation stopper. It is a bit too brief and a little boring.
Right.
We want to upgrade this to an intermediate social level. We need to use opinion markers and strong reasoning.
Opinion markers. What exactly is an opinion marker?
They're conversational warning signs for the listener. They signal to the listener that a personal thought is coming.
Oh, I see.
They tell the listener to lean in and really pay attention. You can use great introductory phrases like, in my opinion.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or you can use a phrase like, to be honest. Another really excellent one is, what I liked most was.
Oh, those phrases sound very engaging and extremely polite. They create a nice space for sharing a personal thought.
They are incredibly common in natural, everyday English conversations. Let's hear the upgraded intermediate version of the music review.
I am listening.
Pay attention to the new opinion markers and the reasoning. To be honest, the melody is very catchy. What I liked most was the singer's powerful voice. It really lifts my mood when I am stressed.
That sounds absolutely fantastic. It's so much richer and more emotionally interesting.
Right.
You use some really specific vocabulary words in that review. You use the descriptive word catchy for the melody.
Yes.
Catchy means a song stays stuck in your head, right?
Yes, it is the perfect adjective for pop music. A catchy song instantly makes you want to tap your feet.
And you use the beautiful phrase, lifts my mood. That is a very poetic way to describe feeling happier.
It explains the exact mechanism of your emotional change. It provides excellent, relatable reasoning for your overall opinion.
I actually have another analogy for why this upgrade is important.
I am always ready to hear your insightful analogies.
Sharing exactly how something affects you makes you sound human. Basic sentences sound like a robot just reading a dictionary.
Yeah, that is very true.
Music is fast. I am happy. It shows no personality. But intermediate sentences show your real human emotions and vulnerability.
Yes, exactly.
It proves you're not just a walking translation machine.
That captures the essence of language learning perfectly. Language is ultimately all about building genuine human connections.
Absolutely.
When you explain your true feelings, people naturally connect with you. They genuinely want to listen to what you have to say.
This has been such a deeply helpful conversation today. Let's quickly pull all of these great learning strategies together.
I think reviewing the main concepts is a wonderful idea.
Moving to the intermediate level requires taking active steps. You cannot just sit passively on the sofa and absorb English.
Well, you can certainly relax and just watch sometimes. But during your study time, you must be fully engaged.
You need to stop just staring blankly at the screen. You need to start analyzing the actual structure of the language.
You have to actively hunt for relative clauses and idioms. You need to connect those separate Lego bricks together.
And everyone listening needs to start a lyric journal tonight. It is such a brilliant tactile strategy for retaining vocabulary.
Writing it down by hand will really cement those tricky chunks.
Yeah.
It will save your brain so much processing power later.
Definitely.
I want to offer one final piece of psychological advice. Please do not try to understand absolutely everything you hear.
Wait, really?
Yes, do not aim to understand 100% of a movie.
Why shouldn't I try to understand every single word? Isn't full comprehension the ultimate goal of language learning?
Aiming for 100% constantly causes massive burnout. You will end up pausing the movie every 10 seconds.
Oh, I hate doing that.
You will get incredibly exhausted and simply give up learning entirely. Perfectionism is the biggest enemy of consistent language progress.
What percentage of comprehension should we actually aim for then?
You should aim for roughly 70% comprehension. If you understand 70%, you are doing a great job.
Okay, 70%.
You grasp the main ideas and the emotional tone. You can guess the unknown words through the surrounding context.
Right.
The most important thing is to actually enjoy the learning process.
I really love that practical advice. It takes away all the unnecessary stress and the panic.
That is the goal.
Learning English should definitely feel like a fun, rewarding journey. It should never feel like a difficult, punishing chore.
I completely agree. Consistency always beats perfectionism in the long run.
Before we say goodbye, we have a fun question for you. We want to leave you with a final provocative thought today.
This is a little mental homework for you to explore independently.
Think deeply about your absolute favorite English song right now. Think about the song you play loudly in your car every day.
Yeah, that one.
What is one really cool phrase or idiom from that song? Can you write that phrase in your new lyric journal today?
That is a fantastic practical challenge to start with. Go find those hidden cultural idioms in your favorite pop songs.
Exactly.
Investigate what they really mean beneath the literal translation.
Thank you so much for joining our deep dive today. It has been incredibly rewarding exploring these practical strategies with you.
We hope you feel fully equipped to upgrade your English skills. Remember to use those relative clauses and highly descriptive adjectives.
Yes, definitely.
Build those beautiful linguistic sandwiches instead of eating plain bread.
We hope you have a truly wonderful rest of your day. Keep listening closely, keep analyzing the structures, and definitely keep singing.
We will see you next time, and happy language learning.